All praises and glory goes to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Yakwadash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And I had a dream slash vision last night about all hell breaking loose in Chicago. And come to find out, I was looking around, and I guess ICE is at these food pantries in Chicago, and they're causing uproars amongst the people. But and then there's riots in Chicago right now. Let's see. I guess there's a Facebook post. Food pantries brace for a huge increase. ICE is showing up at the food pantries, at the food banks in Chicago, and I guess it's not like there's not a huge article on it, but yeah, ICE impact on food pantries and churches. But either way it goes, I had a dream, and going off the dream, I can vaguely remember it, but I know for a fact that it was in Chicago, and that everybody was rioting, everybody was looting. It was more like a lawless society where it was just chaos everywhere, to where people was getting arrested left and right, and people was doing whatever, man, to where it was chaos everywhere, man, But one thing the Spirit told me that it was in Chicago, and people were acting a fool. There was looting, like I said, rioting. Cops was people was being arrested left and right. It was more like a society that basically crumbled, man, and everybody was doing their own thing, a lawless society, which I can vaguely remember, but I do know it was in Chicago, and everybody was all hell was breaking loose, But I just wanted to bring this out because there is basically riots and stuff going on in Chicago, but it's not fully exploded to where people are looting and breaking into store. It's not fully exploded to where there's lawless stuff going on, But I'm gonna get a few scriptures and then just close out. This is second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16. For there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So they're not gonna regard the sheriffs, the police force, the president, Trump. They're not gonna regard when all hell breaks loose, when they can't get food, and when they can't get food to feed their family, when they can't get provisions to keep their household up and going, man. Because as we can see that this kingdom is basically falling, man. It's falling down the drain. It's circling the drain, man. With everything that's going on, it's like the American people are getting depressed by the way of things looking here in America, man. Because they're always getting bombarded by negative news, man. Oh, something happened to where you won't get your benefits. Something happened to where people lost their jobs. Something happened to where you won't be able to work and get paid for it, man. So there's always something that bombards the American people to where they're like, but at the same time, man, we you brothers out there, man, we know that these Babylonians, man, especially the 2/3, man, they act like fucking animals when they can't get their way, man. I mean, just see how people act towards the retail and towards fast food workers, man. You know, employees, man. They throw food. I just watched a video where a lady she was there for an hour for a damn cup of coffee, and she threw hot ass water on the employee, man. You know, which I can understand. You're there for an hour for a damn cup of coffee, but to throw it on a employee, you know, it's crazy. And then it just lands her in jail, man. She gets assault a charge against her, man. You know, which the 2/3, they don't act out of wisdom or or at least thinking. They act out of pure emotion, man. And that's how, when all hell breaks loose, that's how these 2/3 are gonna act, especially the men, you know, which the men has been raised by these feminine uh women to act out of emotion, man. And to be honest, the women use the men to use these soft ass men to forward their agenda, man, whatever that they set in their hearts, man, you know. And it's real, it's real deceiving what these women do, you know, to these soft ass men, you know, to make them act the fool, man, instead of using knowledge, man, you know. But we live in a world of weak ass men, man. So in this time, these you know, it's gonna get bad before it gets worse. But you know, we live in a society where when this shit crumbles, man, people are gonna lose their shit, man. You know, and really, I want to be far away from these damn people, man. You know, I'm tired of society. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of being around these individuals. I'm tired of being around these dumbass 2/3, man. You know, loudmouth Eve. You know, smokes, weed smoking, no good nigga, man. You know, that always has a evil ass plan in his heart against another brother, man. You know. Because these the 2/3, man, they're not good people, man. At the end of the day, man, they find every way to get to get a one up on you, man. You know. And this is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight one another against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, man. So it's gonna be a race war out here. It's gonna be a civil unrest. You know, American people are upset, especially these Edomites, man, because these Edomites, they've been getting benefits from the government too, you know, and they had benefits for a long ass time, to where it's like, you know, they're privileged to have these benefits, man. You know, and what you know, what type of people will they be if you take them away, man? You know, they never had benefits taken away. They always been privileged here in America, man. So when these benefits and stuff gets taken away, healthcare and whatnot, man, these Babylonians, they'll lose it, man. And really, you know, these Edomites, man, they act a fool, man. You know, when they lose their sanity, and when they go crazy, man, they act a fool, man. You know, you always hear the husband killing the wife, the kids, and the grandma, you know. And then after all that, he'll kill himself, man. And it's mostly Edomites, man. You know, or Edomites killing the kids, man. You know. Edomites, they don't know how to deal with struggle, man. But Israelites, man, you know, well, the 2/3 and Israelites ourselves, man, we deal with the struggle every day, man. We try to make it by every day, man. We survive every day, man, you know. and try to make something out of nothing, man. But these Edomites, they've been privileged, so once that's taken away, they're gonna lose it, man. And you know how you brothers, how Edomites and and especially the damn Edomite woman, how they start acting damn crazy, like they just lost their damn minds, man. Start babbling, saying shit that don't even make sense. Being what's that overly over the top, man. You know, just start bugging out, man. To where you just want to slap the shit out of them, man. That's how it's gonna get, man. These people are gonna lose their shit, man. And I want to be far away from these people, man, because I'm tired of their ass. Every day, man. I just want to, and I'm pretty sure Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna set brothers up to where they're secure in their own spot, man. Because these people, man, they're gonna be like animals, killing and attacking one another, man, not having no pity. I'm gonna get 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. Know this, that in that time, in the last days perilous times shall come. And perilous just means dangerous, dangerous times. And we're living in the last days, man. And dangerous times is vaguely at the door, man. We're right here of all hell breaking loose, man. And this is Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the revelation await the appointed time, and it speaks of the end, and it will not prove false. Though it lingers, wait for it. It should certainly come, and will not delay, man. And we know that the MOTB. Well, we know that before the MOTB, all hell breaking loose, Jacob's trouble, and Yahweh Shai showing up in the fatherships, man. And though it lingers, man, we're right here. We're right at the door of all hell breaking loose. So I wanted just to get that out. And, because we're right here at the door. I mean, Trump just announced that to get food in the grocery stores, you're going to need a digital ID, man. So it's not too far away from the MOTB, but though it lingers, man, we're right here. We're right at the door. So you brothers just hold on, pray, fast, pray for one another, man, because we're right here. So all praises and glory goes to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Yakwadash, the one honors to the elders of GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom.